favorites. Don't leave now. Stay for Elmer. Bye. Sorry, Elmer. I tried. Elmer, guys.
You know why broccoli's like anal sex?
Oh my God.
When you're forced to have this. I don't go to where you work and throw rocks at you while you're mowing, so don't do that while I'm telling jokes, okay?
Yeah.
Broccoli's like anal sex because when you're forced to have it as a kid, you just don't like it as much as an adult. This really ain't a joke, but I was going to tell you about something that happened to me today. And I'm usually easily brought to road rage, but today I met somebody that was brought to it even easier. A guy passed me going down Agency Street in a big giant truck. You know, he's struggling to get around the car behind me first so that he can get in front to be the first one to the red light. And he's got a big old monster truck, you know, it's louder than shit. And as I pull up next to him at this traffic light, I give him the finger, you know, and he puts his car in park and jumps out of the truck and starts pounding on my window and says, "Come on, motherfucker, get out of there." So I rolled my window down and I said, "You know, that might impress your boyfriend, but it didn't do anything for me." I said, "If you're threatened by a little finger, then it's no wonder your wife's not happy." And you can tell right away what kind of redneck he is. You know, he's wearing the "I'm with stupid" shirt, and he's the only guy in the truck. And I know the only thing that his kids are going to inherit is his racism, and the family genes, I'm sure, are bibbed overalls. Well, anyway, let's get on to the jokes. Have you ever been so into masturbating that you missed your exit on the highway? You know, that's something the guys could do, driving, you know, and beating off, but probably not too many women do that, you know, and that's because women have to be prepared for masturbation. They have to light candles, get in the mood, you know, and guys, hell, half the time we don't know we're about to masturbate until we walk past that Victoria's Secrets catalog, and 5 minutes later we're done. My wife once caught me masturbating. I forgot she was in the car. Do you know the difference between weed and pussy? If you can smell it from across the room, it's probably good weed. Isn't weed something else nowadays? Now that you can go to the store and you buy it, you know, we used to have to go through all those rituals to find that guy that'd sell it to you, you know. Now the shit's so strong, you know. I got so high the other day, I thought somebody had stolen my steering wheel, and then I realized I'd gotten in the back seat. And now I get my weed at the store, and I buy my eggs from my neighbor. Just chickens, you know. And that's become an ordeal, you know, because I gotta, you know, call ahead to make sure she's got the Rhode Island red brown eggs and the Connecticut whites, you know. And then I'm always awkward after I buy the eggs, you know, because I feel like I gotta sit there and make an omelet with her to prove that I'm cool. To make a little extra money, I recently started an OnlyFans page. Yeah, I only got one customer, and he's my neighbor. He watches through the windows. I could close the curtains, but I really do like the audience feedback. Here's a jokey joke for you. So this guy, he's out at the bar, and he sees this hot chick, and he picks her up and buys her some drinks. They're dancing, having a good time, and he takes her back to his place, and they have some of the best sex he's ever had. And after the sex is over with, she lays there next to him, caressing his balls, and he just there ain't nothing better than that. He's never experienced anything this great. He says, let's do it again. So they have sex again, and afterwards they lay there and she caresses his balls again. This happens a couple more times before they finally pass out and fall asleep. In the morning they wake up and he says, hey, let's do that one more time. And she goes, sure. And he goes, caress my balls too when we're done. And she goes, oh, I love doing that. I miss mine so much. You know, lesbians don't really come out of the closet. They come out of the liquor cabinet. Can we bring a stop to these support animals? Have you ever... You know, these people with the support animals can't go anywhere without their support pet, you know, and if you take a close look at the pet, it's always some little dog that's shaking like crazy, you know. It's been up the last 3 nights praying Brad calls, and it's always terrified of whatever the next clothes that are going to be put on it. These people just need to stay home. Talking earlier about having favorite grandkids. I have a favorite grandchild. He's one of my grandsons, and all his life he's just been the best source of entertainment. You know, right now he's 5, going on 50. You know, he's been through a divorce, and he's trying to put his life back together. You know, when he was little, we took him to the Pizza Ranch. We'd gotten him a See-N-Say recently, you know, and he's playing with the farm animals See-N-Say. We're going through the buffet line, and there's 2 large women in front of us. And just without warning, my grandson starts going. And women just turn around and give me a look like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Can't you raise kids? The other day, I was giving him a bath, and I bought him these bath sharks and fish and stuff to play with in his bubble bath. I notice after a while that I can't see the great white shark. It's gone, you know. I don't know where it's at. And then I look through the bubbles and I see that he's got it on his penis, you know. So I did what any good grandpa would do. I went out and bought a bigger shark for my bath. When he gets out of the tub, he's drying off, and he keeps doing this, sticking his thing out, you know, and he's looking to the side there, and then I realize he's looking at his shadow, and he's like, Papa, I got a really big penis. So I tried it, and there was no shadow, and it's 6 more weeks of winter. Do you think that the diaphragm should be called a manhole cover? You know what? Something that really weirds me out is gay porn. Not so much watching it, just being in it. Yeah, my therapist said that one of the things that fucked me up the most was seeing my parents have sex, you know. She went as far as to tell me to stop watching the video, or at least turn the volume down. You're disrupting the group. I know I should quit watching it, but honestly, it's some of my best camera work. You know how excited you were when, as a kid, you found your dad's porn collection in that back hall closet. And then later on, you were disappointed when you found your mom's in the back of the video store. I used to date a psychic midget. I was nuts over her. She stole a card from Domino's and wanted me to run away with her, you know. And I said, you know, I don't think I could live the criminal life. And I later heard that they'd put out a APB for a small, medium, and large. married my first wife for all the wrong reasons. Because I needed a toaster and a punch bowl. She married me for the wrong reasons too, because she couldn't reach stuff on the top shelf.
So a toaster.
Dumbass fighting you. He'd fall into a barrel of nipples and come out sucking his thumb.
Oh my God, why'd you bring a knife to a gunfight?
Is the bouncer back there?
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of it.
Thanks, you guys, for being great.